Hello everyone, welcome to our panel discussion today. Today's topic is powering the future. Can we go fully green? I'm today host Wu Jiyun. As climate change becomes a bigger global problem, clean energy transition is now a very important goal for the world. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 7 says that by 2030, everyone should have access to modern energy that is affordable, reliable, and sustainable. However, even though green energy has great potential, it still faces many challenges. These include high costs, technology limits, policy problems, and social acceptance. So, in this discussion, we want to explore one big question. Powering the future, can we go fully green? We choose the topic economical and applicable clean energy because it is both important for the whole world and difficult to achieve in practice. In many developing countries, clean energy is still expensive and technical support is weak. Energy isn't equally available in all regions. At the same time, more and more young people are starting green business and changing how they use energy. By talking about this topic, we hope to bring out practical ideas and real inspiration. Our discussion today will cover four parts. The first one is clean energy is a long-term choice for the economy. The next one is deal the process difficulties for developing countries. The third one is clean energy promotes energy equity. The last one is the clean energy transition will bring out for about employment. To support our discussion, I want to share a sentence from the World Energy Transition Outlook 2023, a report by International Revenue Energy Agency. To research global climate goals, the share of renewables in power generation must rise from 28% today to 91% by 2050. This report is very useful. It gives us numbers, facts, and suggestions. It talks about cost trends, use action, and energy solutions in developing countries. That's why it's a good reference for our panel. Next comes a moment for guests to share their viewpoints. Let's welcome today's first guest, Ding Yuwen, to share.
Hello everyone, my speech topic is clean energy is a long-term truth for the economy. One aspect, the economic benefits of clean energy, long-term cost and advantages and employment growth. The reason for choosing this topic is to analyze in detail how clean energy can promote sustainable economic development by reducing long-term costs and creating employment opportunities. To elaboration, importance traditional fossil fuels are affected by resource scarcity, with large price fluctuation and a clean long-term upward trend, while clean energy such as solar and wind energy requires equipment investment in the early stages, but the operating costs of technologies such as solar and wind energy are much lower than fossil fuels, which can stimulate economic energy executors challenge initial financial pressure for technological upgrades and infrastructure construction. Energy storage talent needs to be improved when wind and solar power generation is unstable. Insufficient energy storage functional needs will affect the continuous supply of energy. 3. Evidence. The core viewpoint of the text is that clean energy is a long-term economic truth prospective, citing a report by the International Renewable Energy Agency IRENA that in 2022, 86% of newly added renewable energy projects worldwide had lower electricity generation costs than fossil fuels. Employment did, according to statistics from the U.S. Department of Energy. The number of employees in the solar energy industry was increased by 12% year-on-year in 2023, far exceeding that of the car industry. For justification, when selecting this text for discussion, one can directly the long-term truth positioning to focus the speech on the economic dimension, linking topics such as cost, industry, and sustainable development with long-term economic value has become a driving force for in-depth implication of the economic value of clean energy, providing decoration and value for speeches. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the speech of the first guest. Next comes the speech of the second guest, Wang Wen.
Hello everyone, my topic is challenge for developing countries. Top truths. I chose solar energy in the developing countries. Potential and challenges. It shows both the benefits and problems of using solar program in poorer nations. 2. Explanation. Solar energy is clean and renewable. Many developing countries have low sunlight, making solar power a good option. It can bring electricity to remote areas, helping educational, health, and jobs. But there are challenges. Is a high cost, lack for experience, weak and poor government support. This problem slow down and solar energy growth. Evidence. For example, Kenya offers gas solar program, give electricity to rural areas, improve lives, but the World Bank said funding and improve technology limited growth. Also, the IA reports that developing countries still use very little solar power globally. Justification. Why this matters. This topic shows both the hope and struggle of solar energy. Relax example like Kenya and data. However, this need for global health funding, technology, and training. I chose this topic. 1. Important. Solar energy faces poverty and climate change. 2. Balanced. Shows pro and cons. 3. Fact-based user and real cases and reports. 4. Solution-focused. Encourage education on policies, money, and teach sharing. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, now let's welcome the third guest, Guan Yumeng, to share her views.
Hello everyone, I'm Guan Yumeng. Today I will share how clean energy can promote energy equity around the world. Many people in poor or rural areas still don't have access to electricity. Clean energy like solar panel and a small wind system can help bring power to these places. My text is from the article, The World Equitable Energy Access in Less Electrified Countries, published in March 2024. Why I did choose this task? Because it talks about the positive role of clean energy in social equity, especially how it provides stable and affordable electricity for poor and remote areas, and also helps women and families access basic services such as education and medical care. Clean energy gives people a fair chance to study, work, and live healthy lives. It's not just about the environment, it's also about social justice and equity opportunities. This is why I believe clean energy is not only green, but also fair. This is all. Thank you.
Thank you to the above three guests for your sharing. Next comes the sharing of the last guest, Yan Shuaichen.
Hello everyone. My speech topic is why clean energy might lead to job loss. Today I want to talk about a serious issue that is often ignored when they discuss clean energy, job loss. I chose this topic because most people, including myself, often hear only the good side of clean energy. It's clean, it's sustainable, it's the future. But after reading a report called "Is the Global Workforce Ready for the Energy Transition?", I realized that the green transition is not fair to everyone. Clean energy can create millions of new jobs in solar, wind, and so on. But at the same time, it can also destroy many existing jobs, especially in coal, oil, and more. For example, in countries like China, India, and South Africa, millions of workers depend on coal jobs to feed their families. These workers often have little formal education and specific skills. It's hard for them to suddenly switch the high-tech green job. Some countries like Venezuela depend on oil and gas for their government income. If they reduce fossil fuel too quickly, they might lose money for schools, hospital, and public jobs. So what can we do? The report gives some suggestions. Governments need to help workers reskill, to learn new skills for clean energy jobs. They also need to provide support like income assistance, job matching, and guidance. And most importantly, we must include these workers in our clean energy plans, because if we only protect the planet but forget the people, then our transition is not fair and it's not truly sustainable. Clean energy is not just a technical challenge, it's it is also a social challenge. We need to think about both the planet and the people. Only then can we build a better, fairer, and greener future. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the four guests for their in-depth sharing. From today's discussion, we can see that the future of green energy is indeed full of possibilities, but it's not something that can be achieved overnight. We shouldn't only see the optimistic trends in technology and the market, but also confront multiple challenges such as policies, costs, and infrastructure head-on. To achieve a true green transformation, we need the joint efforts of the government, enterprises, young people, and the consumers. It is helped that through this discussion, we can all have a clear understanding of this issue and contribute to the promotion of clean energy in our future studies and lives. We hope that this discussion helps understand both the opportunities and difficulties of clean energy. Thank you, everyone.